Thank you, Chair. In my next 5 to 7 minutes, I will give a brief overview of my paper, which gives 1 year of Arthasastra. That is, last year we did a workshop, a national workshop, and I also wrote a monograph. So what happened in that 1 year? So the response has been very good. We got a very good response from readers, and a lot of scholars are taking interest in the application of the Arthasastra, and we've opened a reference desk in the library. But also there has been a negative response from the survey of literature. I found that Kautilya was also blamed for, somebody has said that he argued that corruption is a good thing, which is actually incorrect reading. So in my paper I have given that, and also there is also a query from various quarters on his biological and his chapter in the end, which talks of biological mixtures with herbs, and Dr. Kautilya has mentioned that in that paper, but there is no great formula given, and India has signed all the conventions. So to that end, I think that's only of academic interest. Then in the second part of my paper is pedagogy. In our interaction with interns and others, I have found that there is a high expectation for with low results. That they expect suddenly that if they read the Arthasastra, suddenly some wisdom would dawn on them, and as a quick fix solution they'll be able to do strategic thinking and things like that. That is not correct. Second, I found that there is an assumption that the knowledge of Mahabharata is enough and everything is given there. Actually, that is not enough. In my paper, I have argued because there is a consequentialist approach and a deontological approach. So, Arthasastra talks more of statecraft also. So that it's much more, it's got more information, more concepts than just the Mahabharata. Then on methodology, I find that the best way is you do 4 steps. If you want to apply Kautilya's Arthasastra, you write the summary of a problem or an issue of contemporary times in English or Hindi, whatever language. Then you relate that concept to the Arthasastra with the Sutra. That is the second step. Third is you restate the problem at step 1, modifying using the vocabulary and concept you have found from the Arthasastra Sutra. And finally, step 4, you reiterate the strategic vocabulary so established. So this method I found very workable, and I could, in my personal capacity, write a web commentary on 4 repairs and a commentary in the strategic analysis on the ways of the Matsya Nyaya. So this is the way I found most suitable, but there are other methods. You can be creative. The third part of my paper is on research, on the research aspect. So my paper has got the 25 research questions which I have compiled. There could be more. And I have given an example as to how authors use Greek sources to see the motives, the political psychology of Iran in their quest for nuclear weapons. So they use Greek sources, and they say that fear, interest and honor is the 3 driving the motivators. So therefore, this example I have given, and using the Arthasastra, you also have to dig out and rediscover certain things to explain an event. So this was just an example. And in my own work, in my research, in the third part of my paper, I found Harappan link and influence that radiated from India. Stories of Panchtantra have been found to be portrayed on the pottery found in the Indus Valley civilization. And thereafter, 12th century Persian poet Farid al-Tair wrote his play based on the birds and their discourse, which also is influenced by tales from India. The most important research question which I could find out an answer to was the puzzle of Chanakya Niti. And I found we had done an analysis that most of the thing given in the Chanakya Niti or the Chanakya Sutra, the booklets which are available, various versions, various authors, it is not tallying with what is given in the Arthasastra. So Chanakya Niti, that final authority of the sutras which were there existing before Arthasastra was fixed by Shama Shastri, was a question I was trying to find out, and I found the answer in S.A.A. Rizvi's book Wonder That Was India Part 2. He refers to Muntakhab Jawahari, selected gems composed by the Indian Shanak, and thereafter he says how various rulers were influenced, including Akbar, and Abdul Fazl Alami rationalized that theory, and it was then used in statecraft by later rulers, including the Kotwal system. And when in the lecture, Panikkar talks that the Arthashastras and bureaucracy and police existed till the British time. He didn't mention which sutra, which thing, but the Kotwali system, the policing, was there at that time. So that is the third aspect. And finally, in the research, I find that Western scholars are attempting lot of books on the strategic culture of India and China. But when they argue about India, their understanding of the text and Indology is very superficial. So much so that they argue that Mahabharata is talks of annihilation. And now that is not correct. But the interesting part is those books are available in the library and no work from other sources available. Therefore, a wrong interpretation gets lodged into the environment. So that is in my research I found, and I have made a mention of this in my paper. So finally, in conclusion, I could say in 1 year it appears that there has been some progress. The study needs to be made wider and related to vocabulary with a critical interpretation for current national and international system. This appears to be within reach if efforts such as these are undertaken regularly and progressively. Thank you.